Hello, Scrappy Kitaholic Kit fans. How are we all today? I am back as a guest designer for February for Kitaholic Kits, and I have a second layout here for you, a 12 by 12, something a little bit off the page for me. I am doing, as I said, the 12 by 12 layout using these 4 photos here, which is from a family photo shoot we had done late last year. I'm using this design I found on Pinterest. So it's not something I would normally pick to do, and I've decided that I do need to step outside of my realm of comfort with creativity and try some things new. So here you can see I'm just going through the papers that came in the main Kitaholic kit for February, and what I'm going to do with those. So as you can see here, I have chopped up my pieces. Now I did have to do them twice around because it just didn't fit right the first time, like the pieces didn't sit right and whatnot. So I ended up cutting them down a little bit smaller. The exact measurement is not in my head at the moment, sorry. And yeah, this layout came together really easily once I got it going. There was no real major plan with it. I just knew I was going to use those papers, and obviously because it's the main kit, and my photos and a few bits and pieces from the ephemera pack and the printables we got for this month. So I decided to pop up my photos on some double-sided foam tape just to make them pop out of the page a little bit more. Just with the different pattern papers and things that I'm using, I didn't want the photos to get lost amongst those either. Now I did use there was a Kaiser Craft white 12 by 12 cardstock as well in the kit, and I've used that to put my layout onto, or my papers onto. I was going to go with a pink or a blue, but decided that with the pattern paper and the colours in the photos and things like that, it was just going to be too busy, and I just didn't want to take away from the sort of elements of the layout I was trying to get, which is obviously the photos as well as the bits and pieces of the paper. So here in the bottom corner I decided to stick a doily instead of a third piece of pattern paper, just to add something a little bit different, and it's also where I will put my journaling, I think. No, the journaling goes in the middle. Sorry, I did this layout yesterday, the day before, and I'm just getting to the voiceover now. So sticking down that doily there, which came in the kit as well for this month. So I used this little tag and the little cutout heart tag, as well as that little piece of yellow, to put some journaling on as well. I chose that little tag because it has the yellow on it, just to tie in where that beautiful floral paper you can see up in that top right corner, just to tie it in a little bit more. And these little paper flowers, or the pink one you can see, we got 2 in the pack. We got a pink one and a blue one. And I have to say, florals has not been my thing. It's something a bit different for me to use, but this yellow floral pattern paper, as well as the other bits of elements in the kit that were floral, have just got me, to the point that I ordered some paper recently, just after I got this kit, that had more florals. So it's a bit unusual for me to do something like that. So thanks, Steph. But yeah, so just playing around with placements of the ephemera pieces and what ephemera pieces and the printables that I would use. So yeah, you see me fiddling around and fussing around here a little bit. I did take bits and pieces out, so you don't have to worry about that. There's my little tray there that I got from Kmart that holds all my pieces. So you've got on the left-hand side I think it was a Simple Stories ephemera pack we got in the kit. In the middle is just the little bits and pieces we got. So we got this really thin little bit of glitter washi, gold glitter washi, as well as those little confetti hearts and some twine, and the flowers, as I said. And then on this right side is the exclusive printables that the lovely Deb, who's on the design team, creates. So yeah, I went through once I got the kit and fussy cutted it all out and chucked it in that container. Now I have it a bit more sorted, and yeah, we'll go from there. So just, yeah, playing around with what's going to go where, and not over embellishing too much, but still adding some good elements there. Now, as you can see, I just go through that printable bit, and that yellow tag says sweetness, I think. So just popping that above the photo of the kids. I actually am really happy how I managed to get this layout to come together, and it looked really good. So I just copied, as I said, the design that I found on Pinterest. it was the one that stuck out to me as something different for me to do. It's not your traditional sort of 12 by 12 with a photo and some bits and pieces. It's got as I said, it's got that grid pattern to it. And I wanted to make sure there was a little bit of the white. You could see a gap between each, and that was why I had to go back and change the dimensions of the paper when I cut them. Now that little, I don't know what you'd call that. Is that sort of wood veneer piece that you just saw me playing with in the middle there? It actually came in the kit as well. And it was something a bit different actually, and I was a bit like, how am I going to use this? And I keep looking at it. Thumbs up, I'm happy with everything, and now it's time to get moving onto it. So I start sticking things down. For most of it, I use just my double-sided tape, just clearing up my space a little bit. I like to try and be a bit of an organised scrapper, so I can find where everything is. That's one of the biggest things when you get these kits. They are absolutely awesome. There is so much in them. I only get the main kit at the moment, and every month I go, oh my God, how am I going to use this all? And sometimes it will end up back in my stash a little bit or tucked away to the side. There's a little basket you can see in the corner that has leftover pieces from the previous month in there. It's just, there's so much in it. It's absolutely amazing. Good value. So yeah, just popping some, using my Tombow glue, wet glue there to stick down this paper flower. Actually wasn't sure what to stick it down with. And again, I've used that yellow flower in that piece there, just ephemera piece, just to pop in that yellow a little bit, because not all the papers had a yellow on it. And I just like to try and tie in the colours. Yes, so here is where I'm thinking, what am I going to do with this piece? I didn't want to stay. So I pull out some Dilutions paint, which is just from my stash, in the cherry red, cherry pie, whatever it was, and just use the brush and just gently paint it. Basically nothing too fancy at all. There you go. I did zap it a little bit with my heat gun just to quicken up the drying process, because when you scrap, you got to scrap. Yep, so just using my wet glue here just to stick it on and around. So there we go. Now I use those tags, as I said, in the middle to journal on as well, which you'll see shortly. And as you can see, potentially see, what I've done with the grid is tried to mix up the shades of the pattern paper, so it didn't all just sort of blend in together. So, I've got the lighter colour with the, the darker colours and things like that, going in an alternate fashion. I think the only thing actually is this Adored thing that doesn't come from the kit. It's actually from my stash, and it says Adored, and it's just like a little vellum acetate piece. I think it came in like a reject shop kit, well, not kit, but pack from, months ago when everyone ran out to buy the reject shop stuff. Now I make a bit of an error here, big error actually. I journal on this without actually testing out where, like sort of giving a guideline as to what, where the heart piece, the tag covers up. So the journaling's hidden a little bit, but anyway, it's all good. You can still sort of see, I know what it says. Everyone else knows what the picture says. So, just a slight scrapbooking fail for the moment. Sure, we have plenty of those. Usually we can fix them. Hence the removable glue runner. Tape runner would have been great, but it's played up, so I just got rid of it. I think I was trying to use it on this layout too, testing it out, because it would have been good in regards to, as you see, moving things around and whatnot to get the right placement. In the end with this, I go, this isn't going to fit, so just put it on, make it work as best as you can. All right, as I said, this was a pretty easy layout. Once I sort of got everything cut, which I saved you the hassle of watching, because that would have been a painful process for you. Yeah, it was just a case of I knew in my head how I wanted everything to sit, and yeah, it went from there, and just adding the ephemera pieces. And as I said, it all comes in the kit, so that was easy enough for me. you know, and everything coordinates in the kits, which I might have said before, but it's really good for someone who's starting out, maybe who's not genuinely creatively minded, which is me. You know, you just have to basically figure out what's going to go where and what paper not to hoard, because every month there's paper that you just want to keep aside and, you know, hide from the world, the scrappy world. This Kaiser Craft sticker sheet here that you can see, I'm using the little mini alphas off it for my title that's going to go in the middle there. It came in the kit as well. So as I said, it's quite a large little a sheet actually. And my title is just 2 people, 1 family, because we're a bit Brady Bunch here. So I've got a son, my partner has a daughter, and then we have a little one together. So yeah, I thought it was a perfect title because it's beautiful. It's really, really beautiful family shoot actually. Went really well. So just fiddling around with those as well. I didn't place them down first or anything like that. Sometimes I like to sort of lay out my titles before I actually stick anything down, and this time I probably should have checked it, but anyway, because the last letter on each of the words sort of overlapped a little bit. But again, wasn't a big deal to me. Goes in our family album, and if anyone else sees it, well, that's life, isn't it? Doesn't have to be perfect. Life isn't perfect. All right. So just sticking that title down. Just with some double-sided tape, as I said in the beginning. Just pop that in there. And then nearly all done. Ah, that's right. So we also got these little epoxy stickers that are also from Kaiser Craft in the kit. And they've got some funky little hearts and different coloured hearts and I think hexagons, I think they are, and little circles as well. So I just pop a few around that title just because the title's not really big. I thought, you know, maybe draw a bit of attention to it using these little dots. But I wasn't too phased that the title wasn't a big deal, just because I just wanted the focal point to be the photos. Here's some close-ups of the layout. As I said, it was really easy. Everything came from the main kit. So, as I said, really good value, these Kitaholic Kits. Highly recommend it. So I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next time on the channel.